Hello and welcome back. Previously, we looked at the basic benefits of employment income. Today, we are going to, and if you remember, we did the question as well, a basic question where we had some benefits, basic benefits, right? Today, we are going to look at some more benefits. As I said, as I told you that there are lots and lots of benefits in our syllabus, so we'll look some more of the benefits. All right. So could you please, I hope that you have downloaded the lecture notes. If you already have, could you please move to page, page 14, please. I'll just share the screen with you. Here I am on page 13. Now if you see, we have already done this question on page 13. Now if we move to page 14, please now. As you can see on your screen, page 14. On page 14, there is a benefit number 14. We've already done till benefit 13, which was beneficial loans on previous page. Now we're looking at benefit number 14, which is vans and heavier commercial vehicles. Now, if a van is provided to employee and the employee is using it for personal use, then there will be a benefit and it will go in the benefit column and it will be added in the employment income. But when it says that annual scale charge is £3,150 if van is made available for private use of employee, and in the note it says this beneficial loan will be reduced by months over 12 if van is provided for less than a year, right? Now, whatever the amount of van is, for example, if in the question it says the value of the van was £10,000, the maximum you can take is £3,150. Just in the case if it says that employee is using the van for private purposes. If it is using for business purposes, then there won't be any treatment for that. However, if employee is using for business purposes as well as for private purposes, then you can take 3150 and you can take 3150 into the benefits. If the employee has used for less than a year, then you will multiply it by the months over 12, whatever the months are, how many months he has used for, right? Next one on the number 15 is fuel for vans. Likewise, if he was using if he was using the van for private use, and if the employer has provided the fuel as well, and the employee is using for private use, then the benefit of fuel will also be calculated as far as a van is concerned. So how much can we take? The maximum we can take is 594, and it will always be 594 regardless of how much the employer has paid you, and it will be reduced if the employee has used for less than a year, then it will be reduced by multiplying with months and dividing by 12. Number 16, it says the mobile phones. Now, if the mobile phone has been provided by employer, then first mobile phone will be exempt, and second and the subsequent one will be included in the benefits. But how it will be included? Like the other assets. If you remember how to calculate the benefit of other assets, we take 20% of the asset and that will be added in the benefits. But if it is provided for less than a year, then we'll take months and divide by 12, right? As far as first phone is concerned, second phone is exempt. First phone is exempt. A second and subsequent phone will be included in the benefits. Likewise, if we see the running cost or top-up vouchers or credit in the mobile phone, if we talk about that, again it will be exempt for first phone, and the second and subsequent phone running cost of second and subsequent phone will be taxable and will be included in the benefits. Now it says running cost and top-up vouchers of exempt phone is exempt, while all the cost is taxable if incurred on the second and subsequent mobile phones. As far as bicycles are concerned, number 18, they are exempt. However, when they are sold to employee, then we'll have to calculate the benefit. How it will be calculated? We'll take the market value when the bicycle was sold, and we'll have to deduct what employers paid for it. Say, for example, I was using bicycle of AccountancyTube for couple of years. Then I said to my boss, I want to buy this bicycle. Although and my employer bought it for £2,000, but we went to market to check the value. What is the value of the bicycle now? Then in the market it said the value of a bicycle is £600, but I paid £400. So how I calculate it? We take £600 and we deduct £400 out of it. All right. Next one, it says it was for sale of bicycle to employee. Next one is entertainment provided by third parties. Say for example, if entertainment is provided by third parties, not the employer, then it will be exempt. Number 21, non-cash award of long service. Say for example, if I am working for this company and I will keep working for this company for 20 or more years, then non-cash award will be given. And if non-cash award is given, £50 will be exempt and excess will be taxable. It says here up to £50 multiplied by number of years of service, so £50 per year, just in the case if I worked for more than 20 years. So up to £50 is exempt. If it is excess, it is more than that, say for example £60, then only £10 will be taxable. So up to £50 multiplied by number of years of service, and it is exempt, and excess is taxable. In number 22, it says staff parties. Say for example, in our company, in our office, or in outside the studio, if my boss gives me some parties, it is called staff parties. Up to £150 is exempt, or if it is less than that, and if it exceeds £150, all amount will be taxable, whole amount will be taxable. Now, staff suggestion schemes. What is staff suggestion schemes? Now, staff suggestion scheme is a scheme where employer says, please give us a suggestion to improve the quality of our company, to make some improvements in our company. Now, my boss asked me the other day, could you please give me some suggestion that how could we make our audience experience more enjoyable and more entertaining and more less boring, you can say. So if I give a suggestion to my boss, so that is called employee suggestion scheme. All right. Now, in case of employee suggestion scheme, first £25 will be exempt and excess will be taxable. If my boss is giving me £25, so in case of £25 my boss gave me, that will be exempt and excess will be taxable. Number 24, it says employee attending full-time course. Now, employee attending full-time course on employer expenses. Say for example, my boss said, all right, if you want to go for CISA qualification or any other professional qualification, if you want to, I can pay for you for it. And if it is less than 15,480, if it is less than 15,480, then it will be exempt, and if it exceeds, then whole amounts will be taxable. So we are talking about a course, a professional course. So you might be working for your company, say for example, if you're working for PwC in London office. Now, if your employer is paying for your course fee, then the first 15,480 will be exempt, and excess is going to be taxable, right? So we are on 24. Sorry, not excess. I beg your pardon. It is all amount taxable if it exceeds the 15,480. Right? Number 25, it says sporting and recreational facilities provided to employees and not to general public. Now, say for example, outside the studio, there is a space where we play the lawn tennis. So there is a yard where we play the lawn tennis. So if it is provided to just the employees of AccountancyTube, then it will be exempt. If it is provided to general public as well as employees, then it will be taxable. Right? In 26, it says assets provided for performance of duties. So whichever assets are provided, say for example, this iPad provided to me by AccountancyTube, this will be exempt because it is required for the performance of my duties. Then it says number 27, welfare counseling. so it will also be exempt. On number 28 is workplace parking. It will also be exempt. Number 29, workplace nursery or play schemes. It will also be exempt. Work-related training will be exempt. A-miles or coupons or car fuel coupons, these will also be exempt. It is called the free ticket, free air tickets or something like that. Then number 32 is cost of work buses and minibuses. So it is a pick and drop service. It will also be exempt. Number 33, employer provided uniform will also be exempt. Say for example, this uniform which I am wearing now, my boss gave it to me. Say for example, it cost £150. Now, although my boss gave me £150, but it will not be taxable because it is required by my job. Whenever I come in the studio, I just change my dress to this uniform, and I then start lecturing. Say for example, if I buy 3 or 4 suits like that, these are part of my uniform. So even if it costs £1,000, it will be exempt, right? Because it is the uniform. Then it says number 34, employer contribution for additional household costs incurred by employee working partly or wholly at home. Now, if employer has given something towards expenses, if he asks you to do some job at home, say for example, my boss said that when you go home, look at the notes, make some notes of advanced taxation, or check your mails which are relevant to ACCA P6 or ACCA F6 students. So when I go home, I check the mails, but running cost of my internet is provided by my boss. So because I'm using it for my job purposes, that will be exempt because it is required by my job. In number 35 it says employee carrying, it's not carrying. Please make sure you put a Y after double R. It is CARRYING. It is carrying. Now if employee is carrying, so for example, if I'm coming here, now there are 3 studios here of AccountancyTube, and in different studios there are lectures going on. Assuming like that, now if my colleague lives by my home, or in the way from when I am coming from my home to AccountancyTube studio, now in the way there is a home of my other colleague. Now he says that when you're going to studio, please pick me up as well because I'm going to deliver some lectures as well of say AccountancyTube ACCA P2. Now if I am coming to the studio, I pick him as well on daily basis. If I am picking him up and my boss is giving me some amount, now up to 5 pence is exempt per mile, and if it exceeds than that, then it will be taxable. I hope you got it. Say for example, my boss said that you are coming to the studio anyway, could you please pick Jam's as well from his house, because Jam's house is in the way when you come here to the studio. I said, all right, okay, I will pick him up. Then my boss said, all right, okay, because you're being so nice, I'll give you 10 pence per mile of your journey. Now he's giving me more than 5 pence, so it will be taxable. If it is up to 5 pence, then it is going to be exempt. Now it says 5 cents per mile. It is not 5 cents, it is 5 pence per mile per passenger. Excess is taxable. After that it says childcare allowance. Now childcare allowance, there is a way to calculate. It depends on the level of salary, how much you are earning. Now what I'm saying, I'm not saying earning, I'm saying salary. Now if your salary is coming into the basic rate band, it will be different. If it is coming in the high rate band, it will be different. And if it is coming in the additional rate band, it is going to be different. Now for basic rate taxpayer, employee up to £55 into number of weeks is exempt and excess is taxable. Now say for example, my salary, I'm not talking about the earning, I'm not talking about total remuneration, I'm just talking about the salary. If you want to make sure, you can write it down here, that please make sure you check the basic rate band against the salary only. Salary only, it is not total remuneration, just the salary. Now if my salary is coming in the basic rate band, then I will get £55. If I am getting £55 towards my childcare benefit and multiply the number of weeks, it will be exempt. If it exceeds that, excess will be taxable. Likewise, if my salary is in higher rate band, up to £28 is exempt, and if it is in additional rate band, up to £25 is exempt into number of weeks. Number 37, it says transport overnight cost where public transport is disrupted by industrial action, it will be exempt. Number 38, it says gift of goods from third parties. If a third party, not the employer, has given me some gift, if it is £250 or less than that, it will be exempt. If it exceeds that limit, then whole amount is taxable. Then it says eye care tests and corrective glasses for video you use at workplace, it will be exempt. Medical treatment up to £500 is exempt, and if it exceeds that limit, all amount is taxable. Number 41 is very, very important. It says residual charge. Now, residual charge is that we have studied about 41 benefits so far, right? This is the number 41 benefits. Now, we have learned different rules. Rule for assets, rule for recreational facilities, rule for child benefit, rule for carrying extra passenger, and blah, blah, blah. There are lots and lots of rules. Now, we know some rules, but it is not covering each and every bit, does it? So there are still something left. Now, if, for example, in the question, anything pop-ups in the question which you can't relate to any of these benefits, then that benefit will go into number 41. It is called a residual charge. Right? Now, what does it say? Taxable amount of benefit is cost to the employer. Now, what is it? For the benefit for which no specific rule is available. Now, say for example, anything comes into the question which is not covered by these rules, it will be taxable because it will come into the residual charge, and it will be taxable on the cost to the employer. Alright? Now, that was the number 41. After that, it is allowable deduction. We already covered it. Now, could you please come to the end of page 17? I have already shared the screen with you. End of page 17, where it says example, comprehensive. Now, it is comprehensive example of employment income. Now, we have almost covered the employment income. Now, could you please do this example for me? In the next lecture, we will go through together. We will go through this example together. I won't do all of it here, but I will just tell you the rules how to do it, because I'm not going to attempt all the question here. I will just tell you the rules how to calculate it. Alright? Now, please have a go at it, and after this video, in the next lecture, I will show you. I will not show you on the board, but we will do together. I will tell you how to do it. Alright? That's it for this lecture, and I will see you in the next lecture with more interesting stuff of ACCA P6. Thank you very much, and goodbye.